Yesterday's video was an epic train wreck in editing. So I did a quick edit this morning and want to apologize to anybody that sat through that thing. But I thought this would also give me an opportunity to show off another book, The Mythology of North America by John Bierhorst. These are fascinating tellings of the myths of the ancient North American peoples, and it's a part of a 3-book series dealing with all of the Americas. So yeah, this one's really fascinating. Love that cover, and highly recommended if you're into that sort of thing. Now, on with the show. Today on The Occult Detective, it's another book haul. As I promised yesterday, I have some books to show off, some things that I picked up recently. Let's take a quick peek. First, a little something worse for wear, but I really couldn't pass it up because of the artwork inside. Normally this would have been just discarded. I did a quick and ugly repair job on the spine, but this is Indian Crafts and Lore, former school book. You see the writing inside, but I think you may agree that based on the artwork within, this was worth saving. It is in rough shape. But as an artist, just seeing the wonderful artwork inside. I mean, this is lovingly put together. And like I said, normally this would end up in the trash bin. Instead, it's gonna serve out the rest of its life on my bookshelves. The last time this was checked out was 1984. So it's been around the block. So let's look at a couple of graphic novels. Fables, Legend in Exile from Bill Willingham. Terrific artwork, a terrific story. Don't own this graphic novel, so great to add it to my collection. We also have one I'd never seen or heard of before. This is from Tony Lee and Sam Hart, Excalibur, The Legend of King Arthur. And I'm a real sucker for Arthurian legend. So I thought this looked really interesting. I look forward to checking it out. Sticking with the Arthurian theme, here's a Penguin Classic History, Arthur's Britain, in really terrific shape. This is a great book. Glad to have it back in my collection. Love the art. And does the theme continue? Well, yes. Slipcase edition of The Silver Chalice by Thomas B. Costain. Came out in the 50s. I think you'll, let's see, there was a movie with Paul Newman sometime in the early 60s, as I recall. This is the story of the creation of a silver chalice to encompass the Holy Grail. And this is considered a precursor to the Arthurian myth. So, yeah, this is a wonderful book. And it is a special edition, limited to 750 copies. This is numbered 553 with the author's signature. So yeah, I'm really proud to have this in my collection. Let's step away from Arthur for a bit. Here we have Cults, Conspiracies, and Secret Societies. I have a real fascination for these kind of things, and while I'm not expecting to learn anything new in this, I'm always interested in reading the opinions of others on these sort of things. So this should be interesting to delve into. What else do we have? Let's do something playful, shall we? I, being a child of the 70s, was a huge fan of Battlestar Galactica. So I picked up the complete series on 2 DVDs. Featured Lorne Greene as Commander Adama, Richard Hatch as Apollo. Just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the mythology behind it all. And I enjoyed the books that I read, when I was a teenager, centered in that universe. And sitting right next to this was Battlestar Galactica Resurrection, written by Richard Hatch. You can see a nice illustration of Dirk Benedict as Starbuck there, and Maureen Jensen is Apollo's sister. So, do I expect this to be good? No. Do I expect to enjoy it? Yes. Should I save it for Garbagast? Maybe. We'll see. But those should be fun. Like I said, huge Galactica fan. Coming on the heels of Star Wars, which I was obsessed with, there was actually things about Galactica that I liked more. And I just thought it had so much potential, but being on the small screen, it all just kind of fell apart. And I don't know, maybe it was the Frank Frazetta paintings that were used as advertisements in the TV guide for Battlestar Galactica that really drew me in. But we'll talk about that at another time. I've got more books to show off, so let's get to that. Let's see. How about a nice Longmeadow Press edition of Edgar Allan Poe? Very nice looking edition, complete and unabridged. Complete tales of mystery and imagination, the narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym, The Raven, and other poems. This is on kind of a low quality paper. I don't know if you can tell it from the screen, but you see how the pages have yellowed. That's a sure sign that they use a lesser grade of paper on this, but it's Poe and it's complete and it looks nice on a shelf. I don't know how many editions similar to this I own. At least a half dozen, maybe more. But it's Poe. I can't pass up Poe. What else do we have? How about The Bard? Nice slipcase edition of William Shakespeare. We have the comedies. And this is a nice little edition. Book 2 is the histories. Book 3, the tragedies. And finally, more tragedies and poems. So yeah, these are hard to pass up. And finally, we have another slipcase. This time we're looking at The Ambassadors by Henry James. With illustrations. The Ambassadors is sort of a dark comedy, and it's one I read many years ago. I look forward to looking into it again. So that's all I have for you, book haul wise. How about a little something else? This is something different. This is something I drew in 1981. I would have been 15 years old, and my mother was cleaning out her attic and ran across this. And it is a homebrew map I illustrated for our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Not bad for a 15-year-old. Nice little dragon there. The compass rose kind of looks interesting. Yeah, kind of proud of that, and happy to have it again. I'm going to see about getting it framed even. Now that really is the end of things. So we'll talk again really soon. And I have an even bigger announcement to make. And we'll see about dropping that this weekend. Until then, take care of yourself.